Welcome back, everyone, to another Research Union Insights Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that literally rewires how we process information and master new subjects. We're talking about breaking completely free from traditional rote memorization and actually achieving authentic, deep understanding. Let's get right into it. So, I want to kick things off by just throwing a question your way. How do we truly learn? Seriously, think back to your own days in school. How much of that was just sitting at a desk, right, passively trying to cram endless facts into your head just long enough to pass a Tuesday morning test? Well, for most of us, that cram and flush method of memorization didn't exactly stick. There's got to be a better way.
And to unpack that better way, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, beyond rote memorization. Second, defining problem-based learning. Third, the core mechanics. Fourth, the facilitator's role. And finally, history and future challenges.
All right, part one, beyond rote memorization.
The contrast between our old habits and this new paradigm is just stark. Traditional learning is essentially a one-way street of rote memorization and passive listening. You just sit there. Problem-based learning, on the flip side, strives for active problem solving. As highlighted by Maastricht University, actually wrestling with concepts and actively engaging with the material, well, that's what builds genuine comprehension. It's like night and day.
Moving on to part two, defining problem-based learning.
Let's turn to the authoritative definition from researcher John R. Savary's comprehensive 2006 overview. He defines problem-based learning, or PBL for short, as an instructional, learner-centered approach that empowers learners to conduct research, integrate theory and practice, and apply knowledge and skills to develop a viable solution to a defined problem. Now, I really want to put a huge emphasis on that phrase, learner-centered. The spotlight is no longer on the person at the front of the room holding the chalk, no way. The spotlight is entirely on you, the learner.
Taking Savary's somewhat dense academic definition, we can actually break it down into these clear, actionable building blocks. PBL empowers you to do your own research, integrate theory with practice, and apply your skills to develop viable solutions. It literally flips the entire script. You aren't just absorbing information anymore, you're building with it.
So how does this actually work? Section 3, the core mechanics.
Using the renowned methodology applied at Maastricht University, we can see the exact steps you take in a PBL environment. Step 1, you form small groups, meaning this isn't some solitary pursuit in a massive echoing lecture hall. Step 2, you receive a complex, real-world problem. Notice it doesn't say, read chapter 4. You're given a messy, realistic scenario. And step 3, you work together with your group to solve it. You collaborate, you debate, you figure it out. You're tackling real-world complexity head-on, together.
I absolutely love this quote from Maastricht University because it hits the nail on the head. The true hidden mechanic of PBL is motivation. Think about it. When you're handed a puzzle to solve with your peers, you actively want to find the answer. It just pulls you in. And that pull is exactly what drags you past superficial memorization and down into true, deep comprehension of the subject matter. That brings us to Section 4, the facilitator's role.
So, if the students are doing all this active work, what happens to the teacher? Well, in a PBL environment, teachers transform into facilitators. They aren't there to spoon-feed answers to you. Instead, their duties shift. They facilitate the learning process, provide vital guidance when a group gets stuck, offer constructive feedback, conduct regular assessments, and crucially, they ensure that the skills being developed translate directly into real-world competency for the labor market. They're your guide on the side, not your guru on the stage.
Finally, let's zoom out. Section 5, history and future challenges.
30. Now you might be thinking this dynamic approach is just some brand new educational fad, right? Actually, Savary's research is super clear here. PBL has a proven track record of success, stretching back over 30 years across some highly demanding disciplines. However, we need to be completely objective here. While it's highly successful and definitely similar to other experiential teaching approaches, Savary's overview impartially acknowledges that PBL still faces future challenges in its broader implementation. Transitioning a whole curriculum, retraining teachers to be these facilitators, and shifting student mindsets from passive to active, those are massive fundamental shifts in institutional culture. So yeah, universal adoption still has some serious hurdles ahead. Which brings us right back to you. How are you going to apply this active, problem-solving approach to your own life and workplace? Because the next time you face a complex challenge, are you just going to wait passively for an instruction manual? Or will you embrace the PBL mindset, gather a team, dive into the research, and actively build a viable solution?
The choice is entirely yours. Thanks for joining me for this Research Union Insights Explainer. We'll catch you next time.